Hello, everyone. My name is Reese Manigan. I'm the director, the writer, and I star as Eddie in The Donkey.
Hi, my name is Megan Grover, and I was the cinematographer for this project.
And also, we both edited the project as well. That's another thing I
Ah,
forgot to
yes.
mention. So we're here today to talk about The Donkey. A very special guest, Megan. I'd never done an audio commentary with somebody else before, apart from Charlie with the first feature film we did. So this is a very special commentary talking about probably one of the most important projects I think we've ever worked on. So The Donkey came about um, I'd say about maybe 2 years before I started writing. I always wanted to do some autism awareness project, but I didn't actually have any basic ideas on what. And then this idea hit me of, what if I was to do a story about a non-verbal young autistic man who is trying to survive in a very confusing world, and he gets dressed up as probably an animal that people don't think is intelligent, but is quite intelligent, and the donkey was kind of brought up from there, really. But I didn't officially start writing the whole thing until I'd say 2018, a year before we started shooting. So the first scene, of course, basically you're following Eddie's point of view of everything. And here he's got a best friend, and you kind of know that he doesn't like to talk to people. He's very shy and everything. And obviously I had to portray Eddie myself because I thought there's no one that's going to be around portraying this character apart from me, from my point of view. So I had to say, right, this is the point of view of an actual autistic person who is autistic, but also kind of go back to my childhood, I guess, from when I was quite non-verbal at the time.
I really enjoyed this scene. I found like such great fun doing the stuff in the car because of course we were kind of making it up as going along. Well, not the story, but how we were filming it and
Yeah.
creating. I just remember being in the back of the car trying to hold on to the light and the camera at the same time, so you guys were well lit.
It was a bit of a tricky situation. Poor Sammy had to drive everywhere around the London toes. And this flashback here, just really quickly, played amazingly by the two girls in this role, Emma and Victoria. This was actually based on a real situation. One time I remember I was just writing stuff because I used to do a lot of writing, and some girl just come up to me and went, "Why do you write a lot?" And I thought, wow, what is the point of asking that question? And that's what they, because people with autism get judged a lot. But this is a different, more perspective because Eddie doesn't like to talk. So, you know, it just feels so accurate and so real. And Emma, by the way, is a lovely person. She's not horrible, but she ad libbed the part when she smacks my hat off. That was actually ad libbed. And we did this take about 5 takes, and she ripped out so many pages of this notepad. I had to throw it away after; it was all ruined. It was fine anyway. It wasn't very used often. It just feels so typical high school, doesn't it?
It came across really well. Like all three of you in that scene did an amazing job.
And that was actually the final shot we did as well, the entire film, the bully scene. That was the last shot we filmed. And this bit I had to ad lib with the car, right, where I get out of the car. I just love the part where I fell out. I just thought it would be funny if he just slipped out. I love it. It looks so good as well with the amount of takes I'd done on that, because I didn't even injure myself. I was thinking, oh God, am I going to injure myself? But I actually didn't, luckily. And the costume wasn't even dirty either.
No, did a cracking job all around.
That head was so annoying to carry, I'm not going to lie. The head was, it weighed quite a bit.
And it was the middle of summer when we were filming this. I dread to imagine how sweltering I was sweltering, and I wasn't even wearing the costume.
No, that's true. But saying that, let's just say I technically was sacrificing my life to make this film, sweatering in a donkey costume, but it was worth it. Plus, shaved head as well.
Ah, yes, that does make it easier.
Yes, but that was probably the only best part, is to put the mask on to protect my head, but then I was sweating inside the head, so I couldn't win. But, I remember when we was filming as well in Highgate, when the most location, not this part, but another scene, and do you remember there was a little girl that was walking by with her dad, and she saw me with without the donkey head. And she goes to me, "Look, Dad, there's a penguin." And he went, "No, that's and he runs up to me and goes, "Sorry, sir, what are you supposed to be?" And I went, "A donkey." He went, "That's a donkey, darling." And I was like, "That is so adorable." Like, it was so cute. But she thought I was a penguin because I wasn't wearing the mask, and I was like, "Yeah, but then how do you explain the tail?"
I love this bit.
Yes, a very awkward little scene, I think, but it worked quite well. I had to lose my phone, but I remember I dropped it and I was like, "Oh shit." I actually thought, "Where is my phone?" Oh, now here comes a real good shot right there. That part with Anna Dukowski, who plays Carmen, who is absolutely wonderful. Loved working with her. Let me tell you about how I managed to get her involved in this film. So Anna has done some amazing projects. She's worked with some real massive people. And obviously this project was unpaid. And I asked Anna and said, "Look, I want you to be part of this film and everything." And I, told her the character and everything. And she works with autistic children, or she used to. So that's why she wanted to meet me, because she knew I was making an autistic project. And basically what happened was she was like, "Oh, I don't really want to do it because it's unpaid and everything." But then I said, "Okay, but why if you read the script first, see what you think, and then we'll, talk about it." She read it, loved it, and she did it. And she has done an incredible job.
She was absolutely amazing to work with as well. She was just such a lovely presence to have on set, and she was so like up for whatever we wanted to like try.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was just like, "Yeah, go for it, do it, whatever." Yeah, it was great, and she was very open-minded, down to earth, and I love actors like that. Actors who will be like, "Yes, I'm gonna do it. I don't care," or say, "Let me try something else as well," and they do something better. Those are the actors I love working with. Um, and this scene in particular was actually my favourite scene to edit.
I loved filming it. I like the weather was perfect for the day, and just all of the shots came out so lovely. I was so chuffed with how it all looked.
Well, you made it happen with the camera. I mean, look at that shot. Look at that.
The view was gorgeous.
Oh, I knew I had to film it in Highgate. Like, this location was just so perfect for the scenario and the scene. Like, Eddie's out, because if you look at it, how we've done it, it looks like he's in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? He's in like a woodland, and there's no houses, there's no nothing, and that view is showing. Society's over there, and he's in an isolated area.
Yeah.
With this homeless girl who looks very clean for being homeless, which we did laugh about, but it's fine. I think Anna looks great for the role. And then this flashback scene is the most powerful bit we ever done. I remember when Anna was sending me it, she sent me this voiceover of this scene, but it sounded too happy, like, "Oh, this happened and this," and I said to her, "Anna, I don't mean to be rude, but can you sound a bit more depressed? Can you make it more sad?" And she did, and I gave her an example of Toy Story 3, the scene when the clown toy talks about his backstory with the bear, and it sounds really depressing and emotional. So I said, "Try and sound like that," and she gave out this amazing, beautiful, sad voiceover that it was. When I was editing this, I actually almost cried while editing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the best part of me I've ever edited." I mean, look how focused as well in the acting she does as well. It's just so good. And of course, little Pearl, I believe. When we wanted her to cry, she laughed.
Yeah.
When we wanted her to laugh, she cried. I think she knew what she was doing. I think she knew that she was like, "I'm not going to cry. I'm going to laugh." And it was fun to do it. And that's Lucy Lewendon, who plays the copper, of an actress who I used to work with in quite a few projects. She's been well known to play a lot of police women, so she was happy to come back and play another role. And that's a great shot, the running shot. I had to get that. I mean, the locations as well, I love in this scene. I'm particularly very happy with like the colours as well, like how green it looks. Like, I wanted this film to be very colourful, and I just love the look of the colours in this film, especially with the sunshine as well. It added so much effect to it. But yeah, I enjoyed this scene the most. I think out of all the days we filmed, I think my favourite day was when it was just me, you, and Anna.
Yeah, it was a really good day. We got a lot done. Like, well, we got a lot done every day, but that was like felt like a really good, productive day.
Yeah, it did, and we knew what we were doing because we said, right, we're going to be back at the same locations. Anna knew all her lines straight on.
We're all just on the ball. It was really good.
Oh yeah. Well, luckily, what I do with every film, I always break down what scenes to film, different days, and I'm like, right, we're going to do this one, and this was just, yeah. I mean, Anna wanted it to be filmed all in. I remember she said, "Can we do more of my scenes in the same day?" I was like, "No, it's not possible. It really wasn't. We were running out of time." And the thing is, as well, Highgate does get busy as well when people like finish school and work, because all the kids and everybody walk through that place, and you just can't get any privacy. So we had to film it when everybody was at work. And we've got to mention him, Bo Anthony, who plays Mr. Wallet, of all names I gave him. It was just a last minute name. But Bo also has a link with autism. I should say, Sammy as well has an autistic brother. So that's why he did the film. Bo has a son who he believes is autistic. That's why he wanted to do the role himself. So everybody who's done this project has a link with autism, and it's really nice that everybody wanted to do this film because of that. I think out of everybody, though, I think Bo was the most appreciative that he was part of this project.
Yeah, no, he might look like a big meanie in the film, but he was an absolute sweetheart.
Oh, I've worked with him many. He's been in The Wonders of Alice. He's been in Pine. He's done so much work with me, and he's a really funny guy. I mean, just recently I did an episode with him of RM Presents, and I always love him to play the big, nasty, dumb thug, because he's really good at playing it. And this scene was really hilarious. We actually had to try and find dog shit, and we did. We just shoved it in.
He didn't eat it though. It was brownie. It was chocolate brownie in his mouth. Don't worry.
We didn't actually make him eat dog shit. No. What happened was there was a scene with dog shit. We said to him, right, you're going to land on the floor where there's no dog shit. And he got some brownies, put them in his mouth. And he spat, and I'm not going to lie, when I was filming it, I almost wrenched, because he literally was like spitting out all this stuff. I was like, oh, Bo, it's good, but it's disgusting. And I remember when I was editing, I was just like, it was that disgusting, honestly. He was
Came
really
across
good.
Effectively, though.
Yeah. And I remember when I showed this to people, I can't remember who I showed it. I think I showed it to a few of my friends or something, and they were laughing at that scene in particular. And someone actually went to me, what did he actually have in his mouth? And I went, not dog shit. But it was really funny. Like, he was like, and it was great. But I remember Bo messaged me after watching this, and he said, my scene came out good, didn't it? I think that's all we cared about. And I said, yes, Bo, your scene was fine.
I remember this scene technically being frustrating because the wind was starting to pick up, and we only had the one mic, and it was just...
I had to get all the actors to send me voiceover lines. So all this now you're listening to is audio recorded. But luckily, Anna was like, yeah, I can do it. I can just, she sent me all the files.
Absolute trooper.
Yeah, she was great. I love my face expressions now. I look so unbothered. But then when they're talking, I'm just going to chew on hula hoops like I'm bored. I don't know what else to do. Because in reality, when people do talk and I'm not involved in the conversation, I just sit there and just like, okay, I'm just going to think about some other things. Like, I need to pick up some milk tonight. Or, I love this part there. So emotional. Yeah, it was great. This whole film was a great experience, and this has kicked off, I believe, something new for me in terms of the sequels that we've got coming up. And I just think that this film has been a starting point for us, and it done very well at the film fest. I mean, one festival picked it, the NIFF, so it done well. But now we're moving on to the next part.
I do love this end scene, just...
Yeah, well, it had to have a happy ending. And it worked, there you go. And that's the donkey, everybody. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll have more audio commentaries for scripting in the future, and hopefully the next one for discrimination.
Yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Bye!